So we are in the discussion of edit queries and we are almost done except one or two properties is pending. I think the mainly on the parameter topic. Parameters is pending. So yesterday we discussed about the mainly image queries, append queries, and then after we discussed about the each and every tab. So transform also we done. Like if we cover most of the properties like column level and table level properties, and here also you will get some properties. If you cover each of them, everything they mention is a shortcut in the tabs wise, so nothing much on this. So whatever important we have discussed already. And the next topic would be we have a parameter concept here. For example, if you go to transform, I'm sorry, it's in the home button, that is the manage parameters and new parameters. So first of all, you should understand what is a parameters. First of all, I don't know from you guys know about SQL Server parameter, SQL parameters or SSRS reports are there. Parameters. So this is already known concept from other reporting tools or other DBMS tools and all. So here also we have parameter. Parameters are is nothing but used to filter data dynamically. Used to filter the data dynamically at model level. What is the meaning of model level? One second. So used to filter the data dynamically at model level, which means even I can connect to SQL Server SSMS parallelly, and I can showcase. I will show the problem, then I'm sure you will get the solution. One second. Let me check any unwanted applications going on. Okay. So I'm just trying to connect to SQL Server. As you can know, if you know the server name, you can type it, or you can pass a dot, or even localhost also. Click on connect button. I mean, it is not required for you guys in SQL Server, but let me showcase. Now, there is a concept called here stored procedures. Stored procedures. Stored procedures. For example, in this one, there are parameters as well. Parameters as well. Now, listen carefully. Select star from. I'm selecting one or two table. I'm selecting one or two table. For example, I'm taking the fact table itself, and I'm giving alias name as a T, and joining with the. So what is the inner join? Yesterday we were discussing, right? For example, product table. I'm joining the product table. Alias name is I'm giving P, and the both the table T dot product key equal to and P dot product key. This is what usually we join it. Now once join is done, it's up to you. Select statement, whatever the columns you want. For example, P table, I want English, product name, and what is the color of the product, and how many orders we are getting on the each color wise. So this is what my requirement is. And also if you see, let me add the order by class, you will understand the issue. Order by 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2 in the sense first column comma second column. So now see this one, the same product, same color, multiple orders are placed because maybe the customers are different. Customers are different. Then in that case, what you need to do, we need to group the data. We need to group by group the data and then take the sum here. Because if you want to go to the color wise, how much orders we, for example, because of red color, how many orders we got it, then we need to submit a order quantities, right? So that is what this is query. So ignore this query. See now NA now is getting as a 249 and multicolors this one, blue color 198, blue color different product is 199, blue color different product 168. So this is SQL query, correct or not? So this is all advanced concept. I don't know whether you guys know procedure or not. I'm just create procedure like product wise sales data. Okay, and as begin end. Okay, it's creating, no worries. Now listen carefully. If anybody asks you how to execute the procedure, how to execute store procedure, then we can like this exec. Now you will see the same output only. You will see the same output only. So now listen carefully. So instead of connecting to SQL Server, for example, I will showcase. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm taking one more Power BI desktop. So usually known measure, you know the what is the method to connect to SQL Server, right? Now, for example, usually I'm just quickly showcasing. You will connect to SQL Server and import method. Okay. Now it will expand all the tables. I'm just trying to explain you the scenario where we will use the parameters. I can finish it off in 5 minutes, but I'm just giving the and the dim product and one table we are taking now. Now just click on the load button. Perfect. Now two tables have been loaded into Power BI desktop. As we know that Power BI is an in-memory tool, it will store the data into RAM. And then when I go to edit queries, we have an option called even we can join using here also. For example, joining in the fact table. If the product key and product key matches, I want to join the inner join here. Okay, so same thing only I'm doing. For example, let me click on OK button. It's still in loading because of the huge data. We'll wait for some time. So now see, both the tables are joined, both the columns are merged here, and it's up to you. Now you go to the last also, there is icon here in this table. What are the columns you want? What are the columns you want? You can select and then you can, for example, I want order quantity, unit price only, or sales amount only. Click on OK button. Even go to the choose columns also. You can select product wise, each product wise and color wise. I'm taking order quantity. Enough. See now, this is what we are joining. Again, what I need to do? Again, I need to apply the group by column, right? So then what you need to do? We need to go to the column level. You need to include the group by. But if you go group by here, there are certain limitations. For example, I click on the group by here. If it's a basic, group by only one column. But we can't go by basic because we need to group the data based on first product wise and each color wise also. So then we need to go to the advanced level, add a one more column that is at the color wise, and I would like to go for the sum of the product key or what order quantity here. Okay, so now click on the OK button. Now see this one. For example, let me run the query here. Let's say let me filter this product. Let me filter this product. See this one 249. Is the values are matching? Abhay, can you please tell me what is the difference? I'm doing in the front end, which nothing but Power BI desktop. The same query can be done using the queries SQL Server from the SQL itself. So, which is the best approach? Either do the modeling in the Power BI desktop or
Uh,
SQL Server.
Doing modeling in Power BI is much more easy.
Yeah, Power BI desktop is very easy, user friendly. And which is the best performance wise? Which will give the better performance?
Performance wise, SQL is a good one.
Yes. So in this first approach in the Power BI desktop, we are taking the base data and then we are doing the joins and all, and then we are applying the group by and all. Everything the burden will be on the Power BI desktop or RAM, or you could say is the application. But if you do it everything in the back end, then what you can do? We can simply call these columns into the Power BI desktop. So burden will be less. Now same thing, if you don't like to go with the product wise, what you can do, even you can go for the yearly wise also. For example, in that case, order date key equal to here date key. I will just showing you a different example, nothing else. So quickly I will showcase this one. So here what I want is like a calendar yearly basis, and also I would like to split the each month wise also. So as I told you, these two columns should be in the group by columns. And now we need to alter this one. We need to alter this one. So now run this one. You will get as a see the yearly wise and monthly wise order quantity. Now I will showcase today how to call the store procedure within the Power BI desktop. Is it clear now till now? Any questions? I just shown you difference between the when we're doing the model in the Power BI desktop or in the SQL Server itself. So since already we have the model here, I will here also I will showcase uh, design query in the editor mode here. So now let's say if you don't know what is the relationship, what you can do, for example, product table and add a fact table here. Now see this one. These two will be like showcase something like this. So in this table, if you want to double click on this properties, now as you can see here, okay, you can show like this only. For example, this highlighted one is the red product key here, and in this table also we have the product key is mapped here. Okay, fine. So or else you could see the bottom here, the query is forming automatically. We no need to write not even line of code. So based on the table selection, it's suggesting that in this table product key, in this table product keys has been mapped here. So you just go ahead with the select statement. For example, what are the columns you want product name wise, and what are the columns you want sales amount, and click on OK button. Click on OK button. So now that is not the problem. I know it. This is what the my store procedure. I'm just going to call it in the Power BI desktop. Okay. So if that is the case, that is the case. Okay, it's not saved. Where is the 21st? Parameters. So now saving this one. Now listen carefully. When I go for the normal import method in the SQL Server, as you can see here, we could able to see the three models. Also, if you go to relationship here, so here also there is a relationship. Like if you feel something wrong with the data columns, I mean joins concept, even you can change it from here also. Okay. Also we discussed about the cardinality and class filter direction long back itself. One thing I would like to highlight, this tab will not appear, this relationship tab will not appear when we connect to the SQL server by using the import query, sorry, direct query option, but I will come back to that one later. But now what is my intention, I want to bring this data using store procedure into Power BI desktop. Then there is an option called advanced option here. You just simply copy paste the query, click on OK button. Sorry, we need to provide the database name, first server name, and database name would be AdvanceWorks DW 2017. I'm sorry. Click on OK button. Now see, it's perfectly showing 2011, 2012, and click on load button. Now what you can do, the query is nothing but we can rename this one, right? There is a rename option. For example, yearly orders. Okay. So merge queries is nothing but product wise orders. Fine, we filtered only one record, right? That's why it's coming as only one record. Now my question is, I want to give a flexibility to the users or developers, whatever it may be, because these parameters is not that much user friendly for the end users. But as part of developer, assume that the system having the huge volume of data, some millions data. So if you're bringing whole data into Power BI desktop, then it will be, we have certain limitations, right? Data shouldn't be more than 2 GB. And then if you're doing some certain unit testing and also, always good to have the parameters. The parameters is nothing but I will showcase in the SQL server. I mean, I'm showing you existing concept. Okay, now we need to define the param at the rate year and what kind of value you're passing, integer value, right? So now listen carefully. So we need to pass a where condition. Usually where Calendar year. Where is the calendar year? If you say 2011, how do I implement this same thing in Excel? I don't have any idea about SQL Server. Excel also we can do it, sir. No worries. So whenever pulling the data from the Excel file, also you can implement the parameter. But most of the real-time cases, we used to have the data in the SQL Server. Okay. It is actually no need to explain here, but I'm just showcasing. For the future purpose, you can use it for reference. Okay. Parameter concept I can finish off in 5 minutes of time, but I would like to give the end-to-end background. Okay. Usually in Excel also we can filter the data. You can apply the grouping also. We can bring the pivot table also. Correct or not? So now assume that Excel data you're bringing into Power BI desktop. That time also you can implement the parameter. Now listen carefully. Here 2011 data only is coming, and if I change the where condition, 2012 data also will be coming. Now I don't want to apply here, so this value I need to pass dynamically here. In operator, better to safety hand, I will be using in operator, which is nothing but even I can pass the multiple values 2011 comma 2012. So now alter this one because I change the definition, right? Now execute this one, it will fail because you implement the parameter but you are not passing the value. Let's say space 2012. Now run this one. Now see. Now listen carefully. Now go to the where is that? I'm sorry. So go to the edit queries. Select this table, yearly orders, right click on this. There is an option called advanced editor. If you see here, we are taking the data from the, this is what my query here. This is what my query here. Now if I go and run this query in the SQL server, obviously it will fail now because we need to pass a parameter as well. We need to pass a parameter as well. Can anyone tell me how to edit this one? So here I want to pass as a like a space 2012. Yes or no? Now click on the OK button. So permissions is required to run this native database query. Yes, click on the edit option. Now once I can see it's automatically taking the parameter value because just now I had coded the 2012 value. So just click on the run button. Now it is getting the 2012 values. 2012 values. So if you ask me, so each and every time what I need to do, I need to go to the advanced editor. I need to pass the 2012 here. 2000, I need to pass the 2012 here. So here what I can do, I can go and implement the parameter names. I can implement the parameter. First of all, I will showcase what is a parameter now. I hope you guys understand till now. I just created one store procedure with the help of one parameters. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to give the flexibility for the user to pass a parameter from here. Let's say manage parameter, new parameter, because if you say manage parameter, you don't have anything, right? Nothing would be there. See, everything is blank. Everything is blank, then how can you manage? New parameter, parameter name, I'm giving year value. And as you can see here, is the parameters a mandatory or not? You can, if it is not mandatory, you can uncheck this also. What kind of values you're going to store? Any value, decimal value, or only text, or only integer, only date columns you are going to store within this parameter. Obviously my case is year, I'm going to store the integer number, or you can go with the any value also, or decimal number also. I'm go with any value. Suggested values is a list of values or any value or query. So list of value means multiple values we can pass like this. For example, 2011, 2012, something like this. If you say any value means only one value will be passing, like a single selection. And you can prepare some other external query also, and you can call that external query from here. um, what I'm trying to explain, I had as a new query. Okay, and remove. Let me check whether can we use this one or not here. I think I click on the cancel button. I need to create the one more time. So here value, any value, yes, any value, no. If it say query now see it is enabled only calendar year. Can anyone tell me why only suggesting one query here? Because we have five tables here, right? That and all, that and all is not a that and all is not a query parameter values. For example, in this month also, what you can do right click here, add as a new query. So now in this case, what will happen? You will get as two options. You will get as a two option. Now, for example, like any value query. Now see. So what do you want to pass it here? For example, year. Now what is the current value? 2011. Click on the OK button. Now see, we created one parameter, and the by default value at the moment will be the 2011, and manage parameters. Manage parameter means it will open the same page one more time. Let's say I don't want to read the value from the query. I would like to hard code it. Then your job is done. Let's say 2012. Click on OK button. See, 2012 value will be passing, but we need to discuss a couple of things here. This is the individual parameter which I created, correct or not? Now when I go to my query, when I go to my query, here is my query is available. So let's say if I pass in 2011, it has to go to this table, it has to filter it. Will you agree or not? But but I will showcase. So there are a couple of method here. The first simplest method is go to the column and the number filters, okay, equals. There is in the 1 comma 2 here, which is like some expression symbol here. Click on that one. So as of now, let's say 2013, I'm passing randomly. Click on OK button. So which doesn't have it. Because as I told you in the model level, what is the value we are bringing? We are bringing only 2012 data, right, into Power BI desktop. Then on top of that one, if I filter the 2013 value, how can I get the values? We can't get it, right? I have only 112 only. Like, one second. I need one more table here to showcase. So now selecting dim date here. Now look at the calendar year column here. So here I have huge number of data. I'm sorry. Here I have huge number of values. For example, 2005 and 6 and 7. Even more also we have it. So let's say if I filter 2010 data, is filtering, correct or not? So can we pass the parameter value, this parameter value, to this particular column? See, what is the use of parameter? Parameters can be used dynamically wherever required. I went to parameters here. I created one parameter. If you want, I will showcase one more time. The manage parameters. This is what the parameter name we created, and parameter is standalone at the moment. This parameter I'm just going to use it for this particular column. So then clear the filters. Now for example, go to the number filters. If it is equal to the parameter value, just click on the OK button. Now see, automatically is filtering 2012 data. Any guess why is filtering 2012 data? Now let's see. I'm just going to parameter. Now it's very easy. 2011. 2011. Now go to where is that dim date table? Click on the dim date table. Click on the dim date table. Let me choose a columns. See now, it's filtering only 2011 data. That means the filters are working fine. Now let's say 2005 and go to the your table. Automatically it will filter the 2005 data. So I hope you understand this simple example. This is what known to be a parameter concept. We can create the parameter, we can pass it to the any of the query where we can filter the data, and so now this is a very simple example. This is a case one, I could say. Case one, okay. Parameters can be used in column filters. Column filters. The second one would be I'm giving like template. Also we can use it. Templates parameters can be handy in templates. Now what is template? That is what very important. That is what we are going to see now. That's what we are going to see now. Now let's say I'm just saving this one. Make sure nothing is breaking. Now look at the report name here, parameters hyphen 9th May 2018. Now go to the folder. Now as you can see, the same theme is there, and if you see the extension here, everything Microsoft Power BI desktop document, everything Microsoft Power BI desktop document, whatever for showing here, everything will be desktop document. There is a one more type here. Whenever we are saving the file, I don't know how many of you observed. Just to close this one, so there is an option called save as here. Now listen carefully. This showing is 2005 data, right? Now go to file, click on the save as. Usually we have two types of file we can save it. One is a Power BI desktop file, which is PBIX, which you guys know already. Another one will be Power BI template file here. Another one is Power BI template file here. So now I'm saving as a Power BI template, and underscore I will give it like a home button, like template, just for understanding, okay, nothing else. Click on the save button. Some description you can give it. Click on the OK button. Able to understand, Abhay? Now I closed everything, both of them. So now I closed everything. There are two things here. One is a parameters, as one is a desktop file, PBIX. Another one is a PBIT file, template file. Now listen carefully. So when I open the parameters, like our PBIX file, difference, please listen, observe here. It will not ask in the parameter to enter here. So if you go to dim date, what are the data it was there at the model level, the data will be saved here. The data will be saved. Whereas if you able to hear me, Are I able to hear me now? Midin, what about you? Okay, Midin. I think others can able to hear me. So maybe some network connectivity problem. So the one thing I would like to highlight here, I'm trying to open the template file. Let's see the difference. If you have the parameters, it will not load the data. It will ask you to enter the parameter value. See, by default model level, we have 2005 data, right? Now I'm passing it 2012 now. See, this is what the difference between the PBIX file and PBIT file. When we loading or when you open the template file, template is nothing but reusability, correct or not? The same template, whatever you're using in the one project, can be used in the multiple projects. So you can pass the 2012 value here, click on the load button. Now that particular table will be filtered. So now take a dim date. Take a dim date. Now as you could see here, even though the model level we had 2005 data, since we configure the parameter, we have an option while the time of loading itself. See, even without parameter also, at the time of loading, we can go to edit button and you'll open the Power BI edit queries. There you can filter it. But that is, we need to perform like 2 3 steps extra, right? So this is the one more option where we can use it. And the third is most powerful one is parameters can be used in like store procedures. Store procedure. This one already I have a parameter which is got created. Let me close the template file here. I don't want to save it. So this is a parameter. Now let me go back to edit queries now. Edit queries now. Now go to the parameter value. The same parameter, whatever I configured to dim product table, dim date table, yes or no? I went to dim date. What I have done in this example, I went to the columns, remove the filters, number filters equals, and then parameter value here, correct or not? That is what we have discussed as part of column level filters, and parameters can be used in the templates as well. Now we have to show it in the store procedure, which means, do we have the store procedure here? We don't have the store procedure here, but we have a table which is purely depending on the store procedure value. See this one, which is the query which is depending on the store procedure value. The only thing is the 2012 value, instead of hard coding here, if you pass this parameter value to here, your job is done. Your job is done. So that is what about this one. So right click on this, go to advanced editor. So now what you need to do, first we need to get the store parameter value exactly. It is a case sensitive. Try, I think it's not a case sensitive, but we can, let's try. Okay, I'm copying the same parameter name. So what you need to do, select the table whichever you're trying to pass, and don't pass it like this. Here we need to pass and symbol and parameter name. Click on OK button. We cannot apply operator and to text a number. Okay, so one is integer value, operator expression here. We cannot apply operator and two types text and numbers. Okay, let me remove this. Some syntax I'm missing out. Okay, so Let me pass without anything. The SQL Server query expression, something like this. To 2011. So the hard coding is working fine. One second. So there is one more option. Hey Midin, are you able to hear me? So we are in the configuration of the parameters for the this particular query here, store procedure. Now for that one, we need to create a function as well here. We need to create a function here, like create a function. So function name is like provide years, year values. Click on OK button. Now whenever you use a function, we need to use this function. We need to use this function also. For example, how to invoke the function. Click on the invoke function. Okay. So this function can be configured here, like we need to go to the parameter value, sorry, the query which is created just now, and right click on this one, advanced editor. See, we created a one function. By using that function, we are going to pass the value to here. One second. Let me copy the name. Okay, fine. So it's failing due to some syntax errors. Syntax error. So I hope you guys understand what is a parameter concept. So okay, I'm stopping here because rest all we covered. Only one topic was pending here. That is called parameters. Anyhow, I given two example. I'm trying to give the one more example, but I will make sure that some syntax errors here, nothing else. So we need to create the function. We need to make use of that function within this one to pass the values. But anyhow, so I will check this one and I will come back tomorrow. Tomorrow I won't be explaining once again. I'll just fix this issue and I will be moving to the next topic called, okay, the Power BI service. So Power BI service. So even Midun also not able to hear properly. I'm stopping Abhay. So we'll continue from tomorrow.
Yes, and tomorrow, what time, brother? You will
Tomorrow
continue?
in the sense Monday. No Sunday classes. Only Monday morning. Same timing.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye bye.